Not a good move from the standpoint of the Sacramento Kings and their GM, Vlade Divac. Now, what do you make of the Kings and what their train of thought was of getting rid of Demarcus Cousins for basically peanuts? Like, just really nothing. I mean, Tyreek Evans, you got a guy who's got so many damn injuries. He's out all the time. And you got, their, Buddy Hield, but he's been a bust so far. And you just know they're going to screw up the 2017 first-round pick. They're going to screw that up. Especially if the Pelicans make the playoffs. That pick's not going to be as high as they thought it would be. So, and Vlade Divac, he came out and he said a lot of, bullshit talking about Demarcus Cousins. He gave this odd press conference saying that we need to change a culture. And he kept saying that, repeating that, implying that Demarcus Cousins was a cancer. And, we've talked about that before. Demarcus Cousins, he's been very, very upset, and he's got an attitude problem, but who wouldn't playing for that damn organization and how they conduct business? Yeah. So, I mean, what do you make of Vlade Divac, the things that he said about DeMarcus Cousins and this trade? What do you make of all that crap? Because that's what I think it is, just pure crap.
There's not any other way to describe it. So, this is my view on this. When you are a GM of an organization, and you come out and act like that, you got, no matter, don't get me wrong, they needed to get rid of Cousins. I don't disagree. I don't agree with the pieces they got back, but I'm not disagreeing with what he wanted to do. Because it wasn't working, right? It wasn't. It just, at that point, even though he's a great player, it just wasn't working out.
And then he says, in that press conference, he also said that they had a better deal just a couple of days before that actual trade went through.
Yeah.
Why would you even say that? And why didn't you do that?
Like, if you had that offer...
What the fuck was he thinking?
If you had that offer, I doubt 2 days later that offer's gone. Like, if people really wanted Cousins, they would have given you that. Anyways. But no. So what I wanted to get at, though, T-Vox is an idiot. But you expect your players, if you're saying that DeMarcus Cousins is a cancer, right? You're like, oh, this guy, he's horrible in the locker room. Like, we need to change a culture. Okay, but you're not setting a good example. So just kind of compare.
Definitely not.
And when you're the GM, and I believe like coaching or GMs or whatever, you got to lead by example. Like you look at some of these great coaches or great franchises. Like I'll use the Patriots. I fucking hate the Patriots, but none of their players talk out of line. Never. Like. Gronk, yeah, but he just does his own thing. He parties. He just talks stupid about himself, but he doesn't talk shit about players, other teams, this, that. He doesn't do it because why? Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft set such a big example that all the players fall in line. So if you're Vlade Divac and you're saying, oh, well, we needed a change of culture, well, it's got to start with you, buddy. You can't act like this, and you trade this guy away. What player is going to think that, oh, I'm going to respect this guy because he's going to respect me? No, you're not respecting one of the best players in the league. And why would anybody respect what you say or what you do?
And let's talk about that, respect. Simple. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins literally said that he was genuinely hurt. And you think about DeMarcus Cousins, kind of a tough guy he is. And he said that he cried. He said he hadn't cried in a long time, but he was hurt that much because Vlade Divac and the owner of the Kings, they told him, just weeks before, you will not be traded. You are untouchable. You are our guy. They said this in his own house. They even called him up during the All-Star game, right before the All-Star game, and they said, "Hey, we're talking about some other teams and might bring a player in. What do you think about this guy?" And then after the game, he's gone. So it's like being two-faced and saying and being, I think it was such a cowardly move. And they asked DeMarcus Cousins, "Hey, would you ever talk to the Kings owner or Vlade Divac again?" He said, "No." For what? All I'm gonna get back is a coward's response, because that's exactly what Vlade Divac acted like. You're gonna look him in the face and say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna be part of it, and you're our guy." And then they trade you without even saying anything to you. Even saying that they're going to keep you and you're not going anywhere, and then after the trade happened, saying, "Oh, we need a change of culture. He wasn't the right guy for this organization," and basically shitting all over him. What a two-faced bullshit, cowardly thing to do by Vlade Divac and the Kings owner. And you know what? And they talk about he said that he's not good for their culture. What culture? What? You guys had a good run in the early 2000s, with that 2002 Western Playoff Conference Finals with the Los Angeles Lakers. After that, what culture? You guys are a joke of an organization, making terrible draft picks, bad move after bad move after bad move, and you even handled this terribly. What culture? You guys are full of shit. You're a coward organization who makes terrible decisions, and Demarcus Cousins is going to go on with have success with Anthony Davis, and Vlade Divac, you're a piece of crap. And you are a coward. Definitely. Yep. That's my 2 cents on that shit. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the link below and catch the rest of our show, The Weekly Fury, every week with me and Sean. Do it. Click it.
Now.